Hello, my name is Howard Berger, and it's time for another CTE video. And I just want to explain a couple of things right from the get-go. Keep in mind that the video I present, and most of my videos, are kind of the basic version of CTE. If you want to get more involved in it, I would suggest that you go to Stan's website or his book, because there's a lot of terms that you may see, and it's kind of something that you have to really pick up. So there's things like Nissel and step center and parallax and so on and so forth. There's quite a bit of terminology that I don't get into too much, although parallax is kind of one of the standard sight lines. So I just wanted to incorporate it and to go over also the pivoting factor of CTE. Pivoting basically, it defines the shot, whether it's a center cue ball, or the pockets, whether it's going to be a thin or thick cut. So if you're looking for a thin cut, you have to go for one side or the other. There is, of course, coming into the shot, whether it be swinging the cue from the left to the right or right to the left. It does depend on the shot. I like to do reverse, so I'll explain it to you as we go along. Keep in mind that I am right eye dominant and I'm right-handed, so if you're left-handed or left eye dominant, it's good. But if you're not, you're going to have to do everything kind of in reverse. So keep in mind that the work that I'm working on is CTE, which of course you know that is broken up into three areas on the object ball. Those are 15, 30, and 45-degree perceptions, which means basically there's a 15-degree cut, a 30-degree cut, 45-degree cut, and a 1/8 marker on one side. Most of the shots you see on the table are 15 to 30 degrees. 15 degrees would be considered, let's say, a straight shot. 30 degrees is a slight cut, 45 is a little deeper cut, and 60 is a real serious cut. So that's something that you have to really work on. But keep also in mind that when you do a video like this, it's very difficult to transform CTE because it's very visual. The lines that I'm talking about, whether it be a sight line, which is called SL, or aim line, AL, or even parallax, these are things you have to really look at the pool hall because of just the way the balls are. They're round, and it's very hard to do it on let's say online, because you don't really grasp how it looks on the table. So, but I will present it and give it to you as much as I can, so you really can go back to the pool hall and then practice. So here we have a basic shot. I just wanted to go over it and take a look at it. It's a 10 ball in the corner. This is something you could just, use it just on ghost ball or whatever. But if you broke it up into three different areas, like I'm pointing out right now, this is how the terminology would come across. So you have the cue ball in back of the 10 ball. 10 ball basically is, like I said, it's kind of a basic shot. CTE, this is a left cut. So if you want to do a left cut, you're pretty much aiming from the AL side, which is the left side of the cue ball, to the 15-degree marker, which is right on the edge. So again, it's the AL, which is left side of the cue ball to A, where I'm pointing at right now. Then you got the SL line, which is going to be center cue ball to the C, which would be the right side of that stripe. And the parallax is a quarter of the ball to center of the object ball. So when you aim, come into the quarter of the cue ball, and then you're going to pivot over. Now, understandable that the lines that you have are all visual, but it gives you the place to put your bridge hand, and that's the most important part of this whole concept. Your bridge hand has to be where it's just almost like automatic, where it's going to be based on the focus that you did on those three lines. Your bridge hand should be right in place, so you wouldn't have any issues on the bridge hand side. Keep in mind also that the backhand controls the bridge hand. Of course, you could use some kind of a spin, whether it be left, right, or others, and then you could do, of course, you could follow the ball or draw back, etc. So that's pretty much the concept. Most of the shots you'll see on the table are 15 to 30 degrees. So these are the ones you really have to practice the most. Here I am just aiming for it. Now, you don't have to pivot. You could just line up and you're already in place. So here's a deeper cut. It's pretty deep going into the corner. And it's we could probably consider it a 45-degree angle. So this is a left cut going into the corner. So I'll be aiming the aim line. That's the left side of the cue ball to the center of the 8-ball, which would be the B. My SL line is from the middle of the cue ball to the about a half an inch from the sight line. It would be about a half an inch to the right. And I'm sorry, the AL line, by the way, is at the C, just to let you know. So aim line, C, SL, about a half an inch, actually almost in space. You're a half inch away from the 8-ball. And the parallax, in this particular case, would be a quarter of the cue ball to the right object ball edge. That's your kind of your parallax, and you kind of have to step into those type of lines. And they're, again, the visual, but it gives you the idea of where to place your bridge hand, so you could come across and just place it right in. So take a look at this, and there's a deep cut, so it's a tough shot in any case. Okay. Now, I did miss, and I just wanted to point out that missing is okay. You get an idea of where it goes, and you can make an adjustment. So if you're doing these things and you miss a shot, go back and figure out why'd you miss. And I would do that over again and keep on trying until it really worked out. So it's important that you keep on concentrating to make it work. So here we have a 14 ball in the corner, and this would be a right cut. So you have to make an adjustment on the right cut, and I'll explain to you the area where you have to stand and hit, and so on and so forth. And here we go with a right cut terminology. So you're going to pretty much line up, step behind the cue ball, and you're going to be able to make an adjustment on what would be a right cut. This is going to be a basic 15-degree perception. So the center cue ball to right object ball A, and you're going to pretty much go for the AL, which is the AL, and that's to C, and this is a quarter of the cue ball to the center of the object ball. So that's 3 lines, and those lines really decide where your bridge hand is going to be placed. So it's something that you have to, again, it's something you have to visualize. And the shots are makeable. I mean, however you do it. Here's a series of 30-degree perceptions, and I'll just go over it one time so you can read it, and then you have the graphic to tell you what to do. So this is you could say it's a left cut going into the corner pocket. So standard left cut, you're going to go, this is a 30-degree perception. It's not a deep cut, but it's not straight, so it's a little bit of an angle. Your aim line on this is going to be left side of the cue ball to the object ball B. Your right side of the SL line would be from the center cue ball to the right object ball edge, and it's a quarter to a quarter. So that means a quarter of the cue ball to a quarter of the object ball. That's where you aim. And then you pivot. You could either pivot left to right or right to left, either way. Like I said, I do the opposite. So your bridge hand should be behind the cue ball, probably in the middle of the cue ball. At the end of the day, it's always going to be center cue ball to hit the object ball. So this is something that you really, again, you have to pick up on the table. I could give you the details on how to do that, but you have to really go to the pool hole to get a graphic on the position of your bridge hand and the action to hit the ball based on those lines, which kind of like you have to turn your head a little bit, visualize those 3 lines, place your bridge hand down, and you almost will be set up for the shot. And this is something that you have to practice. And I've been doing CTE for probably 8 years almost, and still I'm learning a little bit. So you really have to concentrate on making it work. It is difficult in the beginning, especially if you're, let's say, in a league and you're, let's say 3 and under. It's much more difficult. But it can work, and it could help you out, particularly on tough shots. So if you're looking to make balls that's a little tougher than let's say ghost ball action, you could do that. I use ghost ball probably about 75% of the time, but the CT always comes in handy when I need it. And it's the way to go when you're working with a shot that you really want to make, or whether it's tough, a tough angle, whether it be 45 degrees, 60 degrees, or even deeper. So all these shots you see here are basically the same. They're all B shots. I would say 30-degree perceptions going into the corner. And, they're not very difficult, but they are something that you want to make. So it's good to pick up this kind of concept. And CTE definitely works 100% in my view. This shot could be a 15, could be a 30. And that's the only thing that you might miss a shot. Sometimes you think a shot may be a 15-degree perception, but it's not, let's say, a 30. Or maybe it's a 45, and you kind of misread the angle to the pocket. So, it's just something you have to learn on your own and figure out, how to figure out a shot based upon the angle to the pocket, because that's where you're going to be able to see those lines and figure out which perception you're looking at. In the 15 and 30, they're pretty close, so it might not make a difference. So here we have a much deeper cut. This is a 60, and a 60 is a deep cut, so it may not show up on the video, but this is a pretty deep cut. So it's almost like a slice of the object ball. And here you are with a right cut. So the 60 is going to be, the SL line is probably about 3/4 away from the ball. So that's 3/4 outside of the object ball. That's one line. And then the aim line is going to be at the 1/8 marker, which I'm pointing to. That's where I'm pointing to right now, is where you got to look at on the SL. And that's pretty much it. Just go to cue ball, and the cue ball parallax on this, which would be 1/4 to the edge of the object ball. So that's 1/4 of the cue ball, which would probably be 1/4 on the right side to the object ball edge. Now you can pivot, you go right to center, whatever is best for you. And please subscribe.